Hello everyone, and welcome back to another highlight video for the Montreal Expos Backyard Baseball 2001 season mode. This is for game number 3 of our National League Division Series, where we were still in a battle with the Cincinnati Reds. The series tied 1 game apiece, and this was the decider. It got off to an interesting start as the Reds made their intentions known early, trying to steal second base with Davey Marion, and they are able to easily, but he gets incredibly aggressive, tries to get third, and then we have him caught and we tag him out, and that allows Pablo Sanchez to come up in the bottom of the first and get us off to a perfect start once again as this bounces right off the top of the fence for a home run. How many times this season has Pablo Sanchez, or Keisha Phillips for that matter, gotten us off to a great start with a first inning home run? I certainly have lost count, and it has been very important for us as we've tried to make this playoff run. In the bottom of the second, we continue the solid effort with Ernie Steele getting a hold of a right hook and just getting it over the center field fence. A big time blow from Ernie Steele, who we tasked with starting on the mound once again, and he helps out his own cause with a solo shot. Not too many over the fence for Ernie Steele this season, but he picks a perfect time to get one as it doubles the lead to 2-0, and then in the bottom of the third, we look to continue the momentum. Dante Robinson getting a hold of a zigzag pitch and is able to beat out the play to first base, setting up Pablo Sanchez to come up again, this time unleashing an undergrounder. An undergrounder from Pablo Sanchez. Unfortunately, it goes right over the trees and into the pool for a ground rule double, but with second and third and one out, Keisha Phillips follows up with an undergrounder of her own. This one goes out to right field, stays in the park. Keisha almost thrown out at second, but Pablo and Dante are able to score, and Keisha is safe. So 4-0 as we go to the top of the fourth, and the Reds look to make a comeback with Pete Wheeler unloading opposite field right up against the trees. Luann struggling to field it. Pete Wheeler using his speed to get an easy triple, but he hesitates before running home, and that allows Dante Robinson to field, and when Pete Wheeler stumbles, we tag him out. Davey Marion follows up that play with a line drive double just off the trees, nearly a home run, but we managed to get out of that situation. And then in the bottom of the fourth, we threaten again, 2 on and 1 out. Luann Louis drops a bunt, but it's got a little too much oomph on it, and Ernie and Jocinda are thrown out on the base paths for a double play. Bottom of the fifth, we threaten again. Pablo Sanchez on second base. They try to get Keisha at first, but it is mishandled. She looks to go to second, and then the throw to third base, which wasn't even necessary, gets airmailed and thrown out of play, which allows us to extend the lead to 5-0. Mikey Thomas comes up next, trying to cash in Keisha Phillips from third base, but it's well fielded again. Mikey Thomas thrown out, and then Keisha gets caught in 2 minds on whether to try and score or not, but this is really just excellent coverage by the pitcher, and she is thrown out, or tagged out for that matter. Things settle down until the top of the 7th. Davey Marion, once again, the problem causer for the Reds. Really, he had a good game. This just barely misses out on a home run and then tries to take second, and once again we have him caught in a rundown. And this was well played between Annie Frazier and Jocinda Smith, not giving him a chance, and he eventually stumbles, and we tag him out on the base paths once again. It is not until the top of the 8th where the Reds are able to make something happen as Vic Souffle drops down a crazy bunt. With Fernando Diaz already on first, Luann tries to get him at third, and then he thinks about going home, but we have him dead to rights there, and we almost get him at third, but he just gets back in. Second and third, 1 out for Jessica Wassersass, and she is also going to drop down the crazy bunt. Another crazy bunt for the Reds. Fernando Diaz is going to score easily. So it's second and third with 1 out as Pete Wheeler comes up to try and continue the rally, and he is going to hit a ground ball to Ernie Steele, but aggressive base running is the enemy of the Reds once again as we make the out at third base. And so it's up to Davey Marion to try and continue the momentum he's had in this game, and he gets a hold of one, but Luan is wise to it and makes a great catch in left field, and then Pablo Sanchez sends a message that it is not going to happen for the Reds today as he gets his second home run of the game to restore the 5-run lead going into the 9th. Pablo putting us up 6-1. But this was an interesting game, even though it seemed like we were in control throughout. The Reds certainly had opportunities, and we were wise to their aggressive strategy. The game coming to an end as Butch Sherrod pops out to Dante Robinson, and that was that. 6-1 is your final score, and 2-1 is the result of this series. A very intriguing series as the Reds certainly gave us the business in Game 1, but we rally just at the right time to win the last 2 games, and now we advance to the National League Championship Series. Should be a good one.